looking outside of my kitchen window, I can see the rain falling down, and I have all of those beautiful pumpkins there and some tucked away. So it is now the time to really start to think about, what am I going to do with all those pumpkins and beautiful produce that I have been harvesting during this gardening season of 2023. And welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow together. Well, I have a lot of pumpkins. I've really had a successful pumpkin harvest this year, and I want to utilize a lot of these pumpkins in recipes. And I have been doing some, searching and researching to find recipes to try out. Well, I found this pumpkin scone recipe that I want to use, and I was inspired to try this out by Shay of the Elliott Homestead. She has a cooking community, and she showed us how to make some pumpkin scones, which I've never thought about doing before. So this is new to me, but we're going to make it together. Now, hers is a little more complicated because she has a scale, but I found another really easy recipe, and I'm going to use that and then also add in the pumpkin puree. So let us get started on this. I am going to use this easy recipe that says how to make scones recipe. It's 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar, but I'm also going to add some brown sugar in that, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of fine sea salt, 1/2 cup of, or 1 stick of cold butter, diced, the unsalted kind, 1 large egg, cold and lightly beaten, 1/2 cup of cold heavy whipped cream, also 1 cup of raisins. I'm going to add raisins in this as well.
to just roughly chop my pumpkin. I want there to be little pieces of it in there. It is a puree, so it'll mostly mix in, but there's a few bigger chunks here. So I just want to make sure that those will get broken up nicely. Give it a little smush. Full of good nutrients, by the way. So these scones are practically health food. Oh, little piece of skin. Okay. I'm looking for about 250 grams of pumpkin puree. So you'll notice that some of this puree in here looks a little bit darker. That's because it came from a gigantic pumpkin. And so instead of steaming, it roasted it a little bit, which is absolutely fine. Just takes on a little bit of a different color. Okay. Here we go. Now, our pumpkin naturally has sugar in it, which is why it works so well to turn it kind of into a sweet food. But I'm going to add in just a little bit of maple sugar, which is my sweetener of choice. It dissolves really well into baked goods, but not too much. Just a wee bit. And lastly, for a little bit more of that flavor that we all love, some vanilla paste, vanilla extract, whatever you have. Looks like I need to get some more. And now we have our liquids. We're going to mush them all together. We've got our dry stuff. We're ready to go.
Lift up the scones and transfer them if they're sticking at all. And if you lose a crumble here and there, don't worry, they'll still turn out delicious. Brush the tops of your scones with a little bit more heavy cream, or you can use milk if that's what you have on hand. Then sprinkle generously with horse sugar. The sugar gives these scones a golden glow and adds some sweetness because keep in mind, the scones aren't overly sweet by themselves. Now, because scones rise better when they're cold, I like to refrigerate these for at least 15 minutes before they bake. So while those are chilling in the fridge, I'm going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You can also pre-chill them
This is what my pumpkin scones look like. They're finished, and I think they look so sweet here and delicious. I just took them out hot out of the oven, and we're going to eat them. I think my husband's going to love this. They look delicious, and this is pumpkin puree with raisin and all spices, all of the spices, pumpkin spice, cinnamon, and ginger, and the like. So I'm going to sample them, of course, when it cools. There are different people with different recipes, and you can choose the one that you're most comfortable with or create your own. And this is mine. I know my husband will love it because it has raisins in it, and it is very delicious. It's a really great breakfast food. Have you made pumpkin scones before? If so, put down your recipe in the comments section, or tell me what you did differently. Come and cook with me, and let us continue to try out new and different recipes and uses for our pumpkin and other gardening vegetables. Remember, from garden to table. Have a great day. Bye. Yum.